Hello everyone, this is the Chinese Mitten Crabs aquaponics project. Today, we're going to ask and answer a question. How can the agricultural sector improve the quality of life of people in Hong Kong? First of all, let's recap on what is quality of life. Quality of life is a complex and dynamic concept with multiple aspects, and its meaning and measuring criteria evolve with social, economic, and cultural developments. Quality of life can be broken down into two constituents. Material, for example, food, clothing, shelter, transport, income, consumption and purchases, and the other aspect, non-material or spiritual. For example, relationship with friends and family, or leisure and entertainment activities. From quality of life, we refer as quality, which means that it can be measurable. It can be high or low. Quality of life can be measured, but quality of life involves a broad spectrum. Different areas involves different criteria to measure quality of life. Quality of life can also be affected by many factors. Some objective factors are related to external issues like economics, politics, environmental conditions, and some are subjective factors like physical health and psychological well-being. Many people have many different needs. Some people consider material life more important, while others focus on physical or psychological needs. To understand how different people have different needs, American psychologist Abraham Maslow developed the need hierarchy theory. This theory is the integration of human behaviorism and psychoanalysis. The theory states that humans have 5 levels of needs, from low to high. The higher the level of satisfaction is met, a human will have more motivation in life. To translate this to quality of life, the higher in Maslow's needs hierarchy pyramid you have satisfied, the higher quality of life you will have. Now, let's look at Maslow's needs hierarchy theory. The lowest level of the pyramid refers to physiological needs. For example, food, clothing, a living space, or anything that relates to the basic survival of a human being. The second level of the needs hierarchy theory is safety needs. A human being, after satisfying its basic survival needs, or known as physiological needs, will need to feel safe and therefore have safety needs. These include having a safe shelter, a stable income or job, protection from natural disasters, and protection of its future's development. The third level is love and belonging. Humans are social animals. That means that it cannot survive only on its own. In order to live and survive, human beings like to live in a society, both for physiological needs and also for psychological needs. Therefore, on the third level of the need hierarchy theory, it is important for a human being to be loved and belongs to certain social groups, have friends and a stable social network. The fourth level is self-esteem or esteem needs. It refers to someone having self-esteem, rights, and freedom, and the person is being respected. The last and final level is self-actualization. It refers to someone fully realizing his or her potential, fully understand him or herself, and can achieve and become what he or she wants to be. From Maslow's need hierarchy theory, the needs are built on one another, meaning you need to achieve physiological needs before you can satisfy safety needs. And therefore, having self-actualization requires the previous 4 levels being achieved. A long time ago, sociologists measured people's quality of life by their income or the amount of material wealth. This is because people in richer countries usually have better quality of life. However, as we have previously mentioned, besides material wealth, quality of life also involves non-material elements. Therefore, in order to measure the quality of life of different places, different organizations have different metrics. The United Nations have the United Nations Human Development Index. The United Nations Human Development Index involves 3 major dimensions: long and healthy life, knowledge, and a decent standard of living. These 3 dimensions are selected because the United Nations think that these 3 dimensions are the most important in objectively reflecting a place's quality of life. At the same time, only 3 dimensions are chosen because the United Nations is an international organization. It focuses on gathering information for all the nations. Some nations are less developed and therefore lacks the infrastructure to conduct surveys or carry out large-scale investigations. Therefore, it also needs simple indicators which most nations can provide. Therefore, for long and healthy life, the United Nations chose life expectancy at birth and compiled the Life Expectancy Index. For knowledge, it compiled the Education Index by the expected years of schooling and the actual mean years of schooling. For a decent standard of living, it calculated the GNI Index or Gross National Income Index by the GNI per capita. With these 3 indexes, it compiled the Human Development Index. According to the index, Hong Kong is ranked number 7th in quality of life compared to the whole world in 2017. However, the United Nations Human Development Index is not the only index to measure quality of life. There are also limitations with the HDI. Namely, the HDI is only composed with 3 dimensions, and all these dimensions and the HDI only included objective dimensions without including any subjective information. Therefore, we can look into other measures of quality of life. Another measure of quality of life is by Chinese University Hong Kong Quality of Life Index. This Quality of Life Index covers a much wider range of indicators. It involves 23 indicators stretched across 5 major areas: health, social, culture and leisure, economics, and environment. As the CUHK index involves more indicators, it provides a much better structured evaluation of the quality of life of Hong Kong people. Furthermore, the CUHK index considers some subjective indexes as indicators when constructing and calculating the quality of life. For example, stress index. These subjective indicators allows researchers to have a deeper understanding and better measure the quality of life of Hong Kong people.
This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Click on the tab to watch the next part of the video series.